Hello and welcome to Spinster's Library. I'm Claudia and today I just wanted to talk about 3 of my favourite Harry Potter podcasts. I love listening to podcasts while I do things like getting ready in the morning or doing boring housework tasks. I sort of switch it up between listening to podcasts and listening to audiobooks, of course, but my favourite type of podcast to listen to is a good Harry Potter podcast. I am subscribed to probably about half a dozen, but these 3 are my absolute favourites and I just wanted to tell you about them. The first one I want to talk about is Witch Please. This is a podcast hosted by Marcel Cosman and Hannah McGregor. These are 2 Canadian academics and they do a really fun literary feminist critical analysis of the Harry Potter books. So the very early episodes are where they go through the books and they analyse them from a feminist perspective. And then later on, when they finish the books, they end up talking about wider things like the Harry Potter fandom or the spin-off type things. They are 2 of the most well-spoken people that I listen to on podcasts, and it is my aim in life to be as funny and smart and well-spoken as they are in their podcasts. They are really critical of J.K. Rowling and of her work, which I like, while at the same time being fans, and they just show that you can love a thing and still find faults in it. So at the moment they're running on series. They do a season each summer. So the next season I think is due to start in June, but that gives you enough time to go back and listen to all of their episodes because they've been going for a few years and there's quite the backlog to listen to. The next podcast I want to talk about is Dear Mr. Potter. This is run by a Scottish-American-based man called Alastair Stephens, and he also does a critical literary analysis of the Harry Potter books. He does it as a reread, basically, so he's already read the books and he's going through them chapter by chapter, and he talks about what happens in them, but from a sort of literary point of view. So he refers back to storytelling tropes and things like fairy tales and storytelling conventions. He's very knowledgeable about that sort of literary history, and he compares both the writing and the plot of Harry Potter to these existing conventions, which is really interesting. He does this as a live show, so if you are based in America or if you are awake in the middle of the night in Europe, you can listen to these episodes live, and he's got slides that he refers to. However, I have yet to catch one of those live episodes, so I just usually listen to the podcast in audio form when it's released a few days after he records the live episodes. And then the last podcast I want to talk about is Potterless, which is run by Mike Schubert, who describes himself as a 25-year-old man reading a series of children's books for the very first time. So he's not read Harry Potter and he only has a very vague understanding of what actually happens in the series, which makes it all the more fun as he goes through the books and talks about his experience of reading them for the first time. He always has a different guest host on the episode, and the guest host is usually someone who has already read the books and who knows them and who is a fan, so that's a really interesting contrast there. He is absolutely hilarious in his hatred of Quidditch and his very vague understanding of what always means, but it's really fun to listen to him rant about the most insignificant things in the books and come up with theories that end up being completely wrong. So these are my 3 Harry Potter podcast recommendations. All 3 are going to be linked in the description box. Please check them out and please let me know what your favourite Harry Potter related podcasts are, because I'm always on the lookout for more. Thank you for watching. Bye.